So I'm here with Stephen Crocker, who is Head of Marketing and Creative Services at Disney, is that right?
That's
and tell us about your job role within the company.
Yeah, so my role is I look after all of sort of the live events that we look after right across Europe. So that's our stage shows, that's arena shows, anything that's a Disney live entertainment thing. I look after the marketing and all the things that go with that.
Yeah, now obviously it's theatre based and The Lion King is finally here in Liverpool, which everyone's very excited about.
That's good.
It's such a massive production and it's had so much success.
Yeah.
Just tell us sort of the scale of that success, if you can.
I mean, we've had such incredible success all around the world. You know, the show opened 16 years ago in New York, the very first time when it had its world premiere, and I think if people had said then what the show was going to do, we would never have imagined that it could have been seen by 70 million people and be played on 6 continents, and there's 10 productions around the world playing tonight, and it's kind of extraordinary the way that people have taken this show to their hearts, and that they love the film, but then the show has gone on to do more, do different things, touch people in a very different way. And that's what's the most exciting thing. Not about the success, but the fact that people just love it, and that from in Tokyo or in New York, people see the show and have a really, really great experience watching it. Julie Taymor, who designed and directed the production, she had the idea of trying to retell the story in a really theatrical way. The show takes all the things that you love about The Lion King, those fantastic characters and the great songs, but then makes it be a thing that purely happens in the theatre. Because what's the point of putting the show on stage if there's nothing really theatrical about it? So she wanted to find ways to do that, to make it be the best of what theatre could do. The film was the best of what film could do, and this is the best of what theatre could do.
So just tell us briefly about just what goes into the actual production itself, because it's not an ordinary piece of theatre.
It certainly isn't in every sense. It's so different from any other show. First, the amount of people it takes to make the show happen. It takes like 150 people backstage every night to make that show happen. Hundreds and hundreds of masks and puppets and hundreds of pieces of costuming, thousands and thousands of different very amazing digital lighting techniques. Like there's so many things that go together to tell this story in a way that that's really exciting and that audiences really love.
And Disney's a unique company. Obviously over the last I don't know how many years, technology's changed massively. We've seen introduction of social media. How's that been for you in your job role? Have you sort of incorporated social media into the promotions of the theatrical shows?
Of course. I mean, social media, has really revolutionised a lot of the ways that we market shows. Because, of course, any decent piece of theatre back since time began was all about word of mouth. It was all about one person recommending to another person, and that being a viral thing that happened even before, we use viral in the sense we do now. And so now, of course, social media is the perfect way for that to happen, whether that's, particularly Twitter, we keep such a close eye on Twitter once the show opens in a new city, because you can just watch it spreading so quickly as people. Because it's one of those shows that people see it and they want to talk about. And so finally, there's actually a way for people to do that. So we have a fantastic Facebook group, and we're continuing to explore that space and finding ways to really, really make people engage with the show and talk about it, of course. But it's a great opportunity for people to learn more about the show, because there's so much about the show that's special and that's interesting and you can look into. Again, it's another great way to get people to engage with it and to really, immerse themselves in everything about The Lion King. So it's been a really, really important thing for us.
And something else is theatre is unique because it's a live performance, and it's like we were saying about technology and social media, everything's sort of on demand now. People can watch anything they want on the phone. People can, watch on the iPad, on the tablet, whatever it is. But there's something that theatre will never. You can never take that away from a theatre experience of seeing something live in a theatre.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's when you look at movies and the way we enjoy movies now, and the speed they're coming on to DVD and to Blu-ray, and the incredible quality of the home entertainment experience, and how well you can enjoy a movie in your own home, all of a sudden it starts to blur the lines a little bit about the way you might want to see that new blockbuster film that comes out. But with theatre, the only way to see a piece of live theatre is in the theatre, to watch it actually happening in front of you, because that's what makes it be theatre. And that's why Lion King continues to be such a success, I think, is that it's so so purely theatrical, and
Yeah.
the techniques that Julie Taymor uses are so rooted in the best of what theatre has done for centuries. Like, not like everything that's in the show is some brand new crazy idea. Like a lot of the African mask work, like some of this stuff is ancient that she uses, but just tells it in a way that it's fresh and new, and and feels really alive, as you say, like in the theatre on the night that you see it, and that's what makes it special.
Do you have a favourite Disney film other than The Lion King?
That's tricky. I think, like everyone, I'm kind of obsessed with Frozen a bit at the moment. Everyone's got a bit of a Frozen thing at the moment. I don't know. I sort of chop and change. I love Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast is quite.
Yeah, the old ones are the best, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I loved like The Jungle Book and Aladdin.
Yeah. Yes, so. Aladdin's on Broadway, just opening on Broadway now. So that's. And
hopefully it'll.
One day, one city at a time.
One city at a time.
Yeah. No, it's great.
Well, thank you very much for speaking
Absolute
to
pleasure,
us.
Kelly, thank you.
And can't wait to see you here at the Empire.
Yeah, look forward to having you here.
Thank you.
Thank you.